saying goodbye to Doran Lake and this rocky campsite. It's my tent pad, and I realized this morning just how many widowmakers there are. There's got to be 20 within reach of this spot. But there was no wind last night, and I didn't die. So I got that going for me. It's coming up on 8 a.m. and ideally I'd like to get to Great Central Lake. Great Central is a notoriously windy lake. The last time I was there was with 3 friends, and we took 2 canoes, and it took us a day and a half to paddle half the length of the lake and only 4 hours to paddle back. So that gives you some idea of what the winds can do. There's my first proper view of Great Central Lake and into Strathcona Park. There's 9 peaks there, big interior mountain, Rousseau and Septimus, and that's the Drinkwater Valley where I'm heading. I've climbed Big Interior and Septimus before with the Alpine Club. Well, I've reached the logging road I was aiming for. It's not too badly overgrown. Maybe 10 years of growth at this elevation. I'm thoroughly soaked from that bushwhack. There was a really heavy dew last night, and so all the bush is soaking wet, and so I'm soaking wet. But there's not a cloud in the sky, so I should dry out pretty quickly. That beautiful carpet of moss on the road. I've been fighting some pretty thick alders, but there are nice patches like this where it's open. I wonder if anyone has been up here since it was logged. There's really no reason to be here unless you're doing a traverse like I am, and I've never heard of anyone doing this before, so I could be the first person to walk here in years. I haven't seen any signs of people other than the old logging stuff. It's pretty cool. That delta down there is near where I'm heading to start paddling. And then I'm gonna paddle along the shore and then cross over at the narrows there and end up at the Della Falls trailhead there. It doesn't look very far from here, but that paddle from there to there is 10 kilometers. So distances can be deceiving. Now that I'm getting down lower, I'm getting into more grasses and maples. There were some willows back there and still lots of alders to push through though. I reached the end of the road and there's a lake around here somewhere, but I have to push through this bush to get to it. It's only a few hundred meters, I think, so shouldn't take too long. It's already getting hot. I think it's around noon or so. I haven't checked in a while. It's not much of a breeze, so that's a good sign. Hopefully that will hold. I have at least 2 hours of paddling, so if I can make it today, that would be amazing. I was fully prepared to have to wait here overnight until early morning when the wind would be a bit lower. As I said before, this lake is just notorious for having really strong winds from the west. So anyway, I'm gonna push on here. Wow, look at that. I made it. This lake is dammed, I think, at one end, which is why all these stumps are half in the water. There's actually a bit of an east wind, which is amazing. So I'm not gonna let the opportunity go to waste. I'm gonna quickly get the Packraft inflated and get out onto the water. I'm just amazed at the weather that I've been having. I keep wondering when my luck is going to end. I hope it's not when I'm in the heart of the mountains on the Phillips Ridge or something like that. I'd rather not have a lightning storm up there. But for now, I'm just enjoying the sun. These old logging roads, like the ones I was walking on this morning, don't link up to any highways or anything. They just build them off of the water and they bring trucks and machinery in on barges and then they land them at places like this. And then I think these ramps are for just rolling the logs into the water, and then they probably haul them out behind a tugboat to the east end of the lake where there is permanent road access. I don't think there are any houses on this lake, certainly not on this end of it. It's only slightly more remote than Sprout Lake, but way less developed. I guess Sprout Lake is right on the highway to Tofino, so people drive right past it, so they know it's there. It's nice when a little bit of a breeze comes and cools me down. One thing about paddling with a light tailwind though is you don't really get much of a breeze. But I'll take it. It's helping me along just a tiny bit. Certainly not hindering my progress. There's looking back east along Great Central Lake. And I'm just probably a couple K from the west end. That's right. It's actually a maintained hiking trail. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Feels good. It's still hot out, but I'm in the shade and making pretty good time now. It's about 3:30 p.m. It's 15.5 to the falls. And there's a campsite there, but I think there's a couple spots to camp before then. So I'm not sure how far I'm gonna get today. Well, I've just stopped for a break here on the trail. I think it's about 6:30. Still sunny up there, but down here in the forest, it's getting gloomy, and these trees are getting massive. I think I've been hiking on a railway grade, probably a logging railway from more than 100 years ago, if I had to guess, but now it's getting steeper, and I don't think rail grade could be this steep, but maybe. I think I have about 4 kilometers left to go to the falls, Della Falls. I think there might be a campground a little bit before then, so I might stay there. I'll just see how busy the campsites are. There were maybe 5 boats at the trailhead. I haven't seen anyone on the trail, but I started pretty late. Getting pretty tired though.